Hi guys, this is Mrs. Spence, and these are your directions for your collaborative station for today. Okay, I want to make sure that you really understand it. So if you listen to these directions and you're still a little confused, I'd probably rewatch it again and then I'd ask a neighbor. Okay, at least 3 before me. All right, so the first thing you and your group need to do is you need to make sure that you've completed the entire design log packet. In looking at your design logs, there's a lot of people that didn't quite finish up the last step. Okay, so for step 3, plan, what you're going to do is look back at step 2, which I think most groups have all this complete, so you've already sketched out 4 different ideas for a toy. You and your group need to come together and decide which of those ideas you think is the best possible option. Or maybe it's a combination of 2 of the toys into one. That's up to you. Okay, so choose your favorite one. Then you're going to draw it again, but this time you're really going to have a detailed diagram. So you're not only going to draw a picture of everything, but I want you to draw arrows to each individual material and tell me what that material is. So for example, if I was drawing a truck and I had a circle for the wheel, and that wheel was a bottle cap, then I would have an arrow connected to that wheel and I would write bottle cap. So in this box is not just a picture, but there's also arrows pointing to each material and then words telling you what each of those materials is. Okay, so that way when I can look down here to your list of materials, I see exactly how you plan to use that material in your creation. Okay, then once you finish this, and you absolutely should finish this in a couple of minutes, it shouldn't take very long, then you and your group will head into the hallway with one student laptop, and that person's going to get on Seesaw. Okay, when you get into Seesaw, please remember you need to make sure that you're in Spence Math Seesaw. So the way that you'll do that is, I'm not going to, well, actually I think I can here. Oh, I can't switch my screen, but when you get into Seesaw, at the top left-hand corner, it'll say your name, and then it'll say 6 classes, or however many classes you're in. Click on that at the very top left-hand corner. It would actually be up in, let's see if I can get my hand up there. It'll be up in this corner, okay, of Seesaw. It'll say your name, and then 6 classes. I think most of us are in 6 classes. Click on that tab and it'll show all the classes that you have. Then you're going to click on where it says Spence Math. Okay, excuse me, that's very important. So for your video, you are first going to introduce to your folks at home what we've been learning. So you're going to tell them, if this were my Seesaw video, I'm going to give you a little idea of what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's say this is my group's design log. My group's not here, so I'm going to present by myself, but you guys should take turns speaking, so you might want to decide who's going to say what. And here's what my Seesaw video would look like. Hi guys, this is Mrs. Spence, and we've been learning about the engineering design process. And so we have gone through the first 3 steps of the design process. Those steps are 1, ask. The second step of the design process is imagine. And the very last step of the design process is plan. Okay, there's a total of 5 steps, but we've only gone through the first 3. But before we are able to create and build our creation, Mrs. Spence wanted me to share with you what we've been learning about and working on. So here's our design log where we walk through the 3 steps of the engineering design process. So our question is, and I'm going to use my design log to explain. Our question is, what is the problem? Okay, the problem in our own words is that my brother's toy broke and we need to make him a new one, only from recyclable materials. Then we asked ourselves, have others approached it before? Okay, so we had to research the problem. So these are pictures of some other toys that we found that were made in Senegal, which is where our project takes place, and they were made completely out of recyclable items. Things like cans, wires, bottles, things like that. Okay, our constraints are time, materials, and space. And remember that constraints are things that hold us back from making the best possible project. But I think ours is going to be pretty cool. Step 2 of the design process is we had to imagine. So here's 4 different ideas. We have a car. We have a bike. We have another bike, but this one has 2 seats and extra wheels. And I'm not really sure what this guy is because I'm using somebody else's design log, but they could probably explain that to you better. And then once I finish the very final stage, I would also introduce to my parents at home that step 3 of the engineering design process, we plan to build this diagram that is here, and the materials we're going to need are here, okay? And that's all you're going to record for Seesaw today. So once you have the first 3 steps recorded on Seesaw, I'll put that up. Then the next step is, if you finish all of this today, all groups need to finish, so you have to work very hard. Then tomorrow, all groups are going to be able to build their creation. Then you're going to get to record another video on Seesaw where you explain how you built your creation. And then if, as you were building the 5th step in the engineering design process, were there any ways that you think that you could improve your toy, make it even better? Or did you do that as you were working? You decided we were going to use this for the wheels, but it didn't really work out, so we're going to use a different material, and that made it a better toy. Okay? So again, if you have questions, feel free to watch this video again. Ask your neighbors if you're still unsure. If you're really stuck, go ahead and ask me. I'm going to be popping out of the classroom as you guys are working in the hallway to make sure that everyone's staying on task. If you find that someone's not staying on task and they're not using their time wisely, come in and let me know. Okay, maybe give them a warning first and then let me know. But I'm trusting that we're all going to work really effectively so that tomorrow all groups are able to build their toy. And I really look forward to seeing your creations. All right, thanks for listening.